Hey, what's going on, people of the internet? My name is Kylie and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday, January 9th, and I do apologize for my absence. I've been swamped with work, which is a great thing, but so much has happened in the garden in just a short amount of time, you guys and girls. So if you can remember, these two tiny tomato plants were not as lush or as fruitful as a couple of days ago. We've got quite a lot of tomatoes that are kind of hiding, tucked away. I'm gonna be doing some pruning here right after this video because this desperately needs it. But I am not gonna be running out of tomatoes anytime soon. Now, this is the OG Tiny Tim, not Tiny Tim number 1, but Tiny Tim number 2. And Tiny Tim number 2 was the first to actually ripen, and all of its ripe tomatoes are nice and bunched up in the middle portion there. So I'm just waiting for these outer edges to ripen up so you guys can see that. And then I'm probably gonna be doing a taste test very soon because you guys, look at how incredibly ripe those are. And I've been holding off because I wanted to do it on camera with you guys. So this thing is doing amazing. And as you can see, I have anchored it down with wire. This plant actually has become so heavy that it's unable to support itself. So that's why you see those wires there. Not much is going on with my herbs. So I've got Genovese basil, Thai basil, dill, cilantro, and Italian parsley. And those get used quite a lot. They are constantly being pruned and plucked. Although I think I'm probably gonna have to make some dry basil because I've got so much basil, you guys. Now, what was very surprising to me is this jalapeno pepper plant. Look at all of these jalapenos I have. And these are not normal size jalapenos, you guys. These are massive jalapenos. Like, look at this thing. And they do pack a punch. I plucked that first one off and ate it, and it was so flavorful, incredibly spicy. I can't handle spice. It was so tasty. I have no need to buy any more jalapenos from the store anymore. And then I've got this last Keystone pepper, very beautiful, extremely tasty. I made stuffed peppers with the last ones, but that one it's holding on for dear life. I'm probably gonna have to pick it soon and have some more stuffed peppers or whatever I'm gonna make. I mean, check out these jalapenos, you guys. There are just so many. I truly wasn't expecting it to fruit this much on just one plant, but amazing. I can only imagine what that's gonna do in like a DWC bucket. This is Tiny Tim number 3. And this guy is the second Tiny Tim to have some ripening going on. A lot of the ripening is going on the inner portion. We're finally getting some color here, which is nice. I will be doing a taste test video soon. I know I keep saying that, but it will happen. And then these are the 2 banana peppers. So in total, I had 3 banana peppers that were in mason jars, and I moved 2 of them to this Rain Point unit. And we've got some flowering here. I mean, they were flowering in the mason jar, but check that out. Oh! That is the start of a little pepper, you guys. We've got 2 on here already. That's crazy. This thing has tons of blossoms. It's doing amazing in this Rain Point. Down here, I decided to grow one of these Golden Harvest tomatoes from AeroGarden. Oh, there's 2 in there. Oh, I didn't even realize that. I'm gonna have to thin that out. But I originally ordered a pack of these, and AeroGarden's out of business, so there's issues going on with their products, and I ended up receiving a bunch of herbs and then one of these pods, so I'm glad that it actually sprouted. And then I've got some curly parsley here, and then these chives are growing incredibly slow. This is my first time growing chives, and holy shit, you guys, I did not know that it grows this slow, or maybe that's user error, but I've got some mold growing on at the base there, or at least it looks like mold. Could be beneficial molds. I'm not too certain. I'm just kind of letting it do its thing. I've never grown chives before. I've got some mint growing absolutely insane down here in a mason jar. I also have some thyme and more chives. And then this is that mason jar banana pepper that I was telling you guys about. Oh, we've got some banana peppers on there already. As for this trellis unit, I did give it a pruning. It was absolutely out of control. It's doing a lot better now. I did accidentally prune off a piece I shouldn't have, but if you notice here, this is doing a lot better and it's clustering a lot nicer than when the plant was actually dying from root rot. So as you can see, there isn't just one tomato. Like, I was having a problem where I was only able to grow one tomato per vine. And that does not seem to be the case currently. So that's a great thing about finding out what the issue was. But I did realize that, see, look at that. That's nice, a nice bunching. But I did notice that issue was occurring right here. So I don't know if this is from the previous issue. There is just one tomato on there. So I'm just gonna monitor these. There are 6 here. So fingers crossed that it's gonna be doing okay. Really looking forward to obviously the progress on this thing and seeing if it can actually provide me with vines of tomatoes rather than just one. So as for these self-watering containers, I think in the future, I definitely want to switch to DWC buckets because as you can see, these are growing out of control. The Tiny Tim and the Big Jim Pepper from that last update has what appears to have doubled in size. The stem has thickened up. It's so robust. And we do have some ripening going on with the monster Tiny Tim. Now that thing does need to be pruned. The self-watering peppers are doing all right. Some of them do need to be moved because they are quite large. They're getting out of control. I don't think this little tiny container is gonna be able to support much of a yield. But as you can see, I mean, I do have a lot of flowers, a lot of blossoms coming in. So they can withstand being in these small containers. As long as you're on top of watering, which I've been a little bad about that. That's why I want to switch to the DWC buckets. But for the most part, everything's doing pretty good. Oh, let me show you guys this cherry tomato in a mason jar because this thing is excelling way beyond what I thought it was going to even do. They do look a bit furry. And then I've got one here. And this thing, like I said, this thing is the most surprising in the entire garden. I did not know that I would be capable of growing any type of fruit in a little mason jar, so that's pretty cool. And then moving along here, I do have more of that. This is the progress on the kratky lettuce. Some are doing great, some are doing terribly. And then this is my only self-watering container that's got a nice sized pepper on it. So it's like a Big Jim pepper. I don't think it's gonna get any larger than this. I don't believe so, but it is possible, absolutely possible to grow in tiny jars or containers. But your end result or your produce will most likely be a little smaller, which is all right. But that is all of the updates I have for you today. Oh, actually, I didn't mention the Alexandria strawberry, which I've got one actually sprouting. I know it's so hard to see. Sorry, you guys. So one, I said earlier 2 out of the 4 has sprouted, but so far it's only been 1. The other one died. So that is the last remaining one. But that is everything in the garden. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you until next time.